Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel and thanks for clicking on this video. In today's video, I will show you how to get Golden Vow, the Ash of War, and Flame Grant Me Strength. You can get both of these as soon as you start the game, and since they both stack, you can start your journey with these buffs. I will also show you how to get Golden Vow, the Incantation. It is in a mid-game area, Altus Plateau, and you require 2 remembrances and a medallion to have access to the area. The video is divided into chapters with timestamps in the description for you to get to any part of the video that you find helpful. Quick note here for new players only, Ashes of War. Think of them as weapons or a special ability. It can range from the weapon doing bleed damage or boosting your attack and defense. It is very important to know that Ashes of War are applied to weapons. Incantations, on the other hand, are basically spells that you can memorize and cast. Their effects can include healing, buffing, or even dealing damage. And to access incantations, you need to have a seed and the incantation memorized. You can see my quick inventory on the screen right now. The slashes I was doing with my sword was the Ash of War Corpse Piler that you can see on top of my quick menu. And the flame thing where I took the flame and put it in my chest was an incantation that you can see on the top square of my quick inventory. And on the left side, you will see the seal that I'm using to do the incantation. Find me. So let's get to the meat of the video now. The first thing we're going to get is the Golden Vow Ash of War. With this Ash of War, you'll be doing 11.5% more damage. You will take 7.5% less damage. This will last for 45 seconds. And it will start with Flame Grant Me Strength. As for the route from where to get the Ash of War, we'll start from the first step, Site of Grace. We'll just head north. We'll keep going north till we see a soldier and we know we're on the right path. We're going to jump over him, keep going straight, and we'll come up to Gatefront Ruins. Skip this guy, make a left here, keep going straight. There's a troll up there that can jump down, so make sure you keep, just sprinting away on Torrent. And keep going, keep following this road. And soon enough, we'll come on the Stormage Shack Site of Grace. Let's just make a turn here. And then we'll keep going to this direction. There'll be some Caden warriors that we can skip. The War Master's Shack. It's good to get this Site of Grace. It helps with the back and forth. And now we'll just head north. We'll keep going north. Don't go close to the towers. You'll get invaded. Just turn and go to that structure. You will see a Kaidan rider. It's not a Kaidan rider, actually. I think it's Godric's soldier. When you're starting the game, this enemy will be slightly tough. But yeah, he's the one who's going to drop the Golden Vow Ash of War. On to the next one, Flame Grant Me Strength. With this, you do 20% more physical damage and 20% more fire damage. It also boosts your stamina recovery by 5 points per second. This will only last you 30 seconds and, again, it will stack with Golden Vow, the Ash of War and the Incantation. However, this requires you to have 15 points in Fate to use. Now for the route, we're also going to start this one from the first step, Site of Grace. As I promised, you can get these early on in the game without fighting a single boss. I'm going to follow the same route. We're going to jump over this guy again. And I'm not reusing the footage. I wanted to do it again so I don't come off as someone who's lazy. We're going to make a left turn. And in this one, I also showed you the troll I spoke about up there. Make sure you're on Torrent when you're crossing this area because, in the start of the game, these trolls are really difficult. Keep following this route. And then we're going to make a right turn from the Stormhill Shack. And then head towards the War Master's Shack. A lot of shacks in Stormvale. Keep running. We come up on an enemy encampment. You can easily skip this. By the way, if you're wondering, the hill on the right That's where you start Alexander's quest. And we're coming up on a side of grace. It's important to get it, so make sure when you're doing the playthrough, you do get it. We're going to keep continuing on the same road. So this is basically the route that you take to Kaled when you don't want to use the teleporter. We could have used the teleporter, but I like using this route. That's a Tibia Mariner boss. Even if you're starting the game and you're on torrent, you won't, get hit by him. They're one of the easiest enemies. Surprisingly, don't scale that well in new games. And we'll be entering Kaled. That's the church where you get the Secret Scorpion chant from, if I'm not mistaken. It was the smoldering wall. We're in Kaled now. Just turned. Snip these enemies. That carriage that you see ahead has the God's Greatsword. So in case you're interested, you can get that. We're going to cross Kalim Ruins now. And we'll come up on my favorite side of grace, the Smoldering Wall side of grace. Because you have a lot of useful stuff around it. So I always try to unlock this in each playthrough. Alright, once we're here, we're going to head towards that castle, keep the Smoldering Wall on our right. Okay, so one thing here, if you're doing it, make sure you don't have any runes. Because in each of my playthroughs, I almost die every time doing this. So if you have a lot of runes, maybe invested in something, and don't bring them here. And I'll just show you why. Because the incantation is surrounded by 2 of these, and I've never made it alive out of here. So now for the big one, the Golden Vow Incantation. It makes you do 15% more damage, makes you take 10% less damage, and it stacks with Flame Grant Me Strength and Howl of Chivalry. However, since this is a mid-game incantation, it requires 25 points in Faith. Alright, so this time we're going to start from the Grand Lift of Tectis. And, we usually start from the first step, but this is the first area that you get in Altus Plateau. We're just going to keep going northeast, following the road, make a left turn here, get on this road, and then we'll just keep following this road. I don't think we'll face any enemies in the way. These nobles, but, no one cares about the nobles anymore. This is how it is. We're gonna come up on that broken bridge. Oh, that's a Lindell guard over there. Crone over there. And we're gonna use the teleporter. This time we're using the teleporter. I don't know why I left the loading screen in. But anyway, so we're gonna go left. And what we want to do is get down, right? We're going to use whatever you guys call these, and then we're going to head back, right? Because there's a very important side of grace, which really helps a lot in exploring Altus Plateau. This one, and we're going to get it. And then we'll keep following the route. There's a carriage. I think you get great stars from it. Keep following the road. On your left right now are the Right Blood Ruins, where you get the Bloody Hallis from. And you can also complete a part of Varys' quest. We're gonna come up to the Bridge of Inequity. I think that's what it's called. But we're gonna get the Side of Grace first. Iniquity. Past time, so it's right. Again, same thing as Flame Cleanse Me. Don't take any runes here too. You can see Virgin Abductors. I hate those guys. You're gonna go to Corp Stench Shack again, a shack. And we also get invaded here. So we're gonna get the incantation on that body, and then we get invaded, but we make quick work of it. And now we have the Golden Vow Incantation. So now that we have the Ashes of War and the incantations, I'm going to show you how you can visit the Round Table Hold without getting any remembrances. And I'm also going to show you how you can apply those Ashes of War on your weapons or how you can use incantations. Okay, so first we're going to see how we can get to the Round Table Hold without fighting anyone. We'll start from our favorite spot, the first step, Site of Grace. If the scary golden man, it's on a big horse, sample with this guy like we always do. Then just turn left. This, maybe I don't get hit here. Actually, I knew I wouldn't get hit over there. We're gonna keep following the route. We're not gonna turn left this time. Because what we're doing is, so we're skipping Stormway and going to Liurnia up the lakes. So right where you see these enemies, right after that, just, turn slightly to the right and keep heading north. And we'll come up on the broken bridge with the crone on it. And we'll just parkour down towards the left. And then we'll just get into small crevice. Yeah, so what we're doing is we're skipping Stormvale and getting to Liurnia of the Lakes. What this would do is would trigger Melina to come visit us and take us to the Round Table Hold, which is super useful if you want to, boost your setup early on, because you don't get access to the Round Table Hold, and we have to go there because that's where all the cool kids hang out. As you can see, I don't have the Round Table unlocked. I'm going to wait on this side of Grace, and Melina will show up. And then she will just tell us how she was manipulating us. No. And she'll just take us to the Round Table Hold. So I'm going to switch characters here because I don't have wounds or staffs. You need 10 points in Fig to get the Finlessy. I'm just going to show you how to get it. You're going to go with the Finger Maiden Husks, Twin Maiden Husks, and purchase the dagger. The dagger is the weapon that we'd be putting the Golden Vow Ash of War on. It's for 400 runes. So before you come here, make sure you have slightly more than 1200 runes. And then we're going to get the Finger Seal. The Finger Seal is really good. It scales, it has S scaling in Fate once it's at plus 25. And then what we'll do is we'll go to our Resident Smithing Master, Master Yug. Before we do that, I just want to equip the dagger. I have a lot of them, but I'll just assume this is the one that I just got. And I'll also equip my Steed. And you can see at plus 25, it has S scaling in Fate. Now we're going to go to Master Yug. And then to help us out with the Ashes of War. So select Ashes of War, select the weapon you want the Ash of War on, scroll down to the Ash of War you want, which in this case is Golden Vow. I'm gonna get it to Secret Affinity. And now we have Golden Vow on the dagger. And we don't need 25 points in Fate. Only 10 would do. And then we'll go to the Table of Lost Grace and we'll memorize the spell that we want to use. In this case, that's going to be Slaying Grant Me Strength. Well, we have both those things. We're going to go to our favorite place, the first step. That's Blight. I don't know why I left the loading stream in again. And we're going to use the Incantation and the Ash of War. So first, we're going to do the incantation. We'll have our seal on our left hand and we'll press R1 to get the buff. Then we'll two-hand our dagger and press R2 to get the Ash of War right there. So that's how incantations and Ashes of War work. Oh, the one thing that I want to let you guys know is that incantations are not just to boost stats or, boost damage. They're also offensive incantations that you can use, like the swim that you let later in the game. You can also use them to heal yourself and your allies. So if you have a spirit summon, you can heal them as well. And you have Catch Flame, if you start with the Prophet class, I think you get that. And this is the weapon buffs, Black Flame. So yeah, that's how incantations work. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can watch this next one. It's how to get the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, which is a really good talisman if you want to do a bleed build in Elden Ring.